Hey guys, what's up? It's Tim Michael from TimMichaelArts.com. Sorry about the audio. I'm using the audio on the webcam. I have the Microsoft HD LifeCam 5000. It's a really long name, but it's a really good camera. But this might not look like a tutorial, but it actually is. I was hanging out with Shay last night, and as I was hanging out with her, she got herself a new webcam. She got herself the 6000 version, and we started messing around with some of the settings in the webcams. And it got really funny, but as we were having fun doing messing with these cameras, I realized that there was something very useful in the camera that would actually help you guys when it comes to drawing caricatures. And they are distortion faces. Basically, they'll take the video picture and they'll distort it. I'm going to show you a couple of those, and I'll warn you, I get a little crazy because I like to do voices and stuff with it. So I'm just warning you because I have fun when I do this. But this is my normal face. Nothing's altered right now. And so if you're looking for areas of caricature, you got to look at the nose, the eyes, the glasses, the mouth, the chin, how thick the skin is around the side of the face, the ears, how much do they point out, and stuff like that. Now, or even stuff like dimple, like a dimple right here, or the little cleft underneath the nose, or how open the nostrils are. There's lots of things you got to look at when it comes to caricaturing, and sometimes it's really hard to find those pinpoint areas. But because of some of the settings in this LifeCam, it really kind of helps you see different things. It helps you think about how you would do it if you were to shrink something or press something out. I'm going to show you how that works, okay? I'm going to click on my favorite one. I think it's this one. And my favorite one is this one because it reminds me of like a, yo, what's up, man? You know, this is the stylish face. You know, I got the big chin now, and the thing is, I got the small eyes. But you see, here's the thing, though. I mean, you can see a lot more how the caricature would be. I mean, look at the spacing now between the eyeballs. I bet you I could probably I can't cut it off. Sometimes you're able to stop it from doing what it's doing so you can actually see what you're doing. But the eyes are really small, the nose is really big now. It looks even bigger now because it's stretching outward to cover for the eyes. So remember, when you affect one thing on a face, you have to affect all those things. I mean, if we turn my face sideways, it's the same idea. Look at the extra stretch all going along right down here. That's a lot in comparison to this, which is bigger eyes. My eyes are kind of poking out a little bit of my head, and not so much of a bridge, a gap here. But if we turn that back on, it cuts in everything. It sucks everything in, and it causes the whole face to warp around that. I mean, look at my cheeks and my jawline now in comparison to this. It doesn't look like much of a difference, but let me tell you something. It changes my whole ethnicity almost. And let's see what other ones we have here. If you like Russian type stuff, then you'll get out the nose. Maybe it's more French, you know. I don't know. She said you could make a nose or sort of you know. So here in this case, you got look what it did to my eyes. Look how my eyes got droopy. And then look at that nose. That nose cannot get, there you go, that's a little better. Can't get any worse, can it? I mean, seriously. So this is how you see caricatures. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be looking at yourself or someone else and looking for those features that you can exaggerate. But remember, when you exaggerate one, you exaggerate them all. And I can show you some of the other ones here. The big mouth. And in the big mouth, we eat lots of food. And but you want a kiss? There's a big lip. Yeah, I swallow the people that kiss. Anyway, with this stuff, I mean, you're able to look at things and you're able to judge sizing and differences and stuff like that. And it's really going to help you because let me tell you something. Every time I turn this off and I look at myself, I now see more exaggeration because I see what turned off and turned on, and I can see what needs to be exaggerated more in my face. And let's see what other ones I have here. Kind of get that chin out there, huh? And if I do that, it looks like you could be bringing the chin all the way out, way down. So when you draw the face, maybe do like a crescent. So the forehead could go up here like that, and the chin could come down there like that. But what I'm showing you is what happens when you affect a little part of the face. This camera could not just affect one part of the face without affecting all the rest. So it all depends on what you're looking to do. If you feel Asian or whatever. But look at my eyes now. They're actually tilting downwards because everything What they're doing here is the camera's focusing on my nose specifically, and it's shrinking my nose down. So when it shrinks the nose down, it has to pull everything in with it, and that's why you see my whole face just kind of in right at the lips and the nose and the eyes. So it's going to pull the eyes down towards the nose, it's going to pull the lips up towards the nose, and it's going to just shrink everything in. So that's what you got to be looking for in caricature. What can you either... That was a very bad effect. You know, blow up, you know, or take it in, you know, whatever you're looking there. Also, you got to be looking for the edges of the person's face. I mean, how square is their face in comparison to others? And even if it's not that square, what would happen if you did it that way? Because think about it. Look at all these different effects that I'm doing. This doesn't look like me. This looks like me. This is who I look like. If I exaggerate it wrong, then it stops looking like me, especially this one. I feel like this one totally takes away from my likeness. But to be able to do it right and exaggerate better in another way, then you can have the exaggeration a little bit more correct. Now, I'm not saying that this is me, but I am saying that if you look at my eyes in normal are not big, but they do kind of stick out of my head a little bit. If you look, you can see the curve. I'm trying to figure out, this eye looks better. The curvature of the eye as it comes out of the head right here, they are sticking out. They're not compressed into the head. They do stick out. The eyeball sits outside of the socket. So, and that's all chosen by body fat along in here and in here, and depending on how much weight you have in your body, you know. So, this might be a good idea to go, because if you look, it pulls out that eyeball even more. Plus, it just looks really freaking weird. Alright, let's see what else we have in here. Just a couple other ones, and they're not really doing as much. Now, this one kind of has my likeness still. It does fatten me up, and you always got to be careful with how you fatten people up. This is a little bit too expressive through here, but everything else is me. And now, I don't know why it's doing what it's doing to the different eyes here, but... Now I'm going to show you some other settings. What those settings do is they follow my face. So if I choose a setting, or choose my favorite, I can take my face wherever I want to go, and it's going to follow that. And so that's good, but now we're going to mess with just what would happen if the camera had a pinpoint spot in the middle. So I'm going to turn this one on. And this is when you can start doing impressions like Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, I didn't really die on the boat, I just fell underwater. And sometimes you can get some different ones here. But here's what I'm saying now. Exaggeration is all a matter of what you're stretching. My ear hurts. So, like for instance, if you're doing a 3/4 perspective, and you want to really capture that nose, you can do that. And look at what it's doing. Since we're pulling from this point right here, everything is going outwards like that. Everything is going. So what you want to do is you want to hold that throughout the whole thing. Like I was saying before, maybe draw like a crescent moon or something, and then draw the face along the crescent moon. We'll do a tutorial about that sometime. Also, think about overlap. Look at how my nose is now coming off of my face. So, lots of different things like that. You know, so I was saying like, I'm not lying. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. You know, hide the nose. Another really funny thing you can do here is you can put your mouth right here like this. Let me see. There we go. And just go. Yeah. Like that. Here we go. Anyway. But this is exaggeration. Basically what you're doing is you're taking one place and you're exaggerating all around it, which makes it look really funny. But just take a look at what happens. I mean, there's almost a unibrow right there when you do that. And then the nose and everything just pulls right into it. I mean, my face is not normally this shape, but it works. I mean, there's good exaggeration going on here. A lot of good likeness study that you could be doing here. I mean, think about how big my chin would be down here if you could actually see it. Another setting that we can do is this. Now, this is the other one was like a push. This one's more like a pull. So you can take this and you can really kind of go crazy with it. Yay! So what you want to do is keep an eye on exaggeration. My lip looks really messed up. Anyway, guys, I think you get my gist, right? So I think we've covered that in about 10 minutes. I'm sorry that I haven't done a tutorial more recently. I have been very busy. Been so busy because there's just so much to do. The Christmas season is upon us, which means that, you know, that means I'm going to be drawing a ton. And I have about 10 caricatures. I have a caricature of I'm having way too much fun while I'm trying to talk here. There we go, more like that. Hi. Okay, so but I have about 10 caricatures that I gotta draw still, and those 10 caricatures need to be done before the Christmas season. So obviously it means it's kind of hard to do my my videos for YouTube. So please bear with me. But also remember, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can come and watch me draw live at livestream.com or at timmichaelarts.com, and you can come and check that out. Also, check out the new masterworks.com website that I just built. That's master, M-A-S-T-E-R, and then works, W-O-R-K-X.com. Masterworks.com is a website that is for all artists to come in, display your artwork, and then also draw other artists, and also learn from other artists. I call it the TM Alliance, and the TM Alliance, basically everyone shares their techniques. No one's afraid to hide techniques from anybody else. This is a chance for people to help everybody grow. So if you can, go to masterworks.com, and remember, master is spelled normal, works is W-O-R-K-X.com. So make sure you please check that out. I made Masterworks mainly because that was the very first website that I designed when I was a kid, masterworks.741.com, which was my first free website that I built. But I thought it would be kind of cool to go ahead and use that and pull it into something that could be more helpful for everyone. So it's a forum, but you can draw other artists in there, you can show off your artwork, you can go into the discussion rooms. There's lots of stuff. We already have like 14 or 15 members, and everyone's welcome to come in and join. So masterworks.com, love for you guys just to stop in there and take a look. Register even if you don't use it, because the more people we have in there, the more we'll get people in there, because they see that there's a lot of people in there. Alright, thank you very much, guys. God bless you. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Please be patient with me, and I'll have some more tutorials for you soon.